Hello and welcome to my December digest of stars and other solar system delights to enjoy. Starting with comets, there is much excitement at the moment regarding Comet 3I Atlas, which is named after the telescope that first saw it, which is based in Chile. The comet is between around 0.5 kilometre and 5.5 kilometres across. And from observations and its trajectory, it's indicated that it has come from outside our own solar system, and it is only the third confirmed object to have done so. It's travelling at quite a speed, the highest ever recorded for a solar system visitor, at roughly 250,000 kilometres per hour at its closest approach to the Sun. And this takes place on the 19th of December, but don't worry, it's on the other side of the Sun from where we are, so we're quite safe, and it's quite a long way away anyway. According to NASA website, it is billions of years old, meaning it originated in a star system older than our own, which apparently gives Tom Statler, NASA scientist, goosebumps, as it does me, and I think most of you. From the northern hemisphere, it will be visible in the pre-dawn sky. So pre-dawn these days is quite late, isn't it? Then there is the nice meteor shower, the annual one of the Geminids, which this year is at maximum around the 14th, but visible either side of those dates. The conditions are favourable this year, as the moon will be a waning crescent. It is one of the most active showers in the year, with up to 100 an hour. And in the hours before midnight, hopefully with a dark, clear sky, you may be lucky. To locate the point in the sky from which they emanate, use the stars of the winter hexagon to help you find Castor and Pollux, the stars of Gemini, from which it originates. Unusually, this meteor shower is the debris from an asteroid, though, rather than the more normal comet. This asteroid, Phaethon, was the first asteroid to be associated with a meteor shower. As ever, using the historic telescopes at the Norman Lockyer Observatory in Sidmouth continues to be my priority, as I try to promote the site as something worth saving and using. And I'm pleased to say we had a clear evening recently, during which I was able to demonstrate the beauty of the Victorian engineering in order to look at the moon. The quality of the moon's surface is more than a match for many modern telescopes. Plus, there is the added sheer joy of using such an old object instead of it being merely a museum piece. And speaking of the moon, the next full moon occurs on the 4th, and this will form a triangle with the Pleiades and the red eye of the bull Aldebaran in Taurus. And nearby you see a very bright object, and that's Jupiter. Challenge is, though, can you see any tiny moons next to this giant planet? Late in the evening sees the return of mighty Orion, which is gradually returning to the early evening for our winter observations. The star-forming region of the nebula never fails to delight, and with modern smartphones it's easier for a lot more people to enjoy. The smartphones absorb more light than our eyes, so you may get a better view through your telephone than you would by looking at it with the naked eye or binoculars. Also this month, don't forget that winter officially begins in Britain, with the solstice taking place at 15:03 on Sunday the 21st of December. In terms of daylight, this day will be 9 hours and 46 minutes shorter than the June solstice. In most locations north of the equator, the shortest day of the year is also around this date. This is not the same as the earliest sunset and latest sunrise, though. The variation in the length of a solar day combined with Earth's elliptical orbit affects the times of those. The latest sunrise comes after the winter solstice, while the earliest sunset comes before it. So there's a lot to think about with that. And the earliest sunsets occur during the evenings of the 9th to the 14th of December, those dark evenings before Christmas, with it setting in Exeter at 8 minutes past 4. While the latest sunrises, those dark days of January, or after Christmas, are on the 30th and 31st of December at 16 minutes past 8. And then we get to 12th night, and the sun is beginning to return. So make the most of these earlier, darker evenings. Think about saving your local observatory, and if you're in Devon, do visit the Norman Lockyer and help us use those historic telescopes. Thank you for listening, and happy Christmas.